All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, a peace and salutation to the elect. This is Ashan coming at you once again from the Baltimore branch of GMS. And I came across a video, not a video, article, CNBC. I was doing a little searching on his website, talking about America infrastructure, and I came across this article, right? Because I was watching a brother video, and he had sparked me to talk about how he brought up the roads and how bad the roads was, and I said, you know what, this brother is correct, and I thought about it, and I said, you know what, these roads are terrible, you know, I mean, every time you turn around, you riding on like a pothole or a metal plate that's tearing your car up, you know? And I said, damn, it wouldn't be wise to invest a lot of money in the car because you ain't gonna do nothing but the infrastructure is gonna tear your car up. Like, 'cause I know as a kid, you know, I used to ride around with my parents in the streets. Back then, the streets were pretty bad, but it seemed like it's only getting worse and worse. So like every time, and this in all cities, all major cities in America, the streets are just terrible. You know, every time, everywhere you go, it's like you're driving on like a landfill or something. And these the roads I'm talking about. You know, I remember well, a little while back I used to work for this agency, right, and where we deflagging, you know, traffic control. And we were never short on work because every time you turn around, they were working on the streets, you know. And this just shows us give us more proof that America is going down. Because I remember a while back, the apostles did a video on, the infrastructure and how Rome, we compare to Rome, which is, we know Rome is, America is the reincarnation of Rome. And how that was one of the first things that fell when Rome went down was the infrastructure. And they did on a History Channel, they did a series on the fall of Rome. And they brought that out on how the infrastructure was critical in the empire withstanding. But as we see this place crumbling, that just gives us more proof and faith that America, aka Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed and going down. But I'm gonna read a little bit of this article. It says engineers give America's infrastructure a near failing grade. And okay, and I'm gonna start at the beginning. It says America's infrastructure is close to failing. You see, yeah, it's terrible. That that's the assessment of the American Society of Civil Engineers, which released its 2017 infrastructure report card Thursday, giving the nation's overall infrastructure a grade of D plus. Now we all know, like, far as weighing and putting something on a scale or judging, far as a report card, you know, that's how people, judge your report or weigh your report from A to the last numbers, starting at A, or you might have they might do it in numbers, starting at 1, and on as the grade gets to more numbers, that means the poor your grade is. Or if it started A, B, C, D, the more the later letters, as you go down the line on the letters, That means the poorer it is. So we see this grade as a D plus. That's not good, you know. That's on a scale. That's bad. You got A being good, decent, D, A, B, C, D. That ain't too good, you know. Reading on, it says the report came a day after President Donald Trump held a high-profile meeting with a group of executives to discuss his campaign pledge to invest $1 trillion to upgrade the nation's critical infrastructure, such as highways, bridges, airports, and dams. Like we was just saying, them highways. Well, see, when you out in the county, it ain't too bad because like, far as traffic, like when there's a lot of traffic and the weather, if you closer to the city, it could be more critical, But even these highways, you see, every time you turn around, you see them working on the highways for something. I mean, god damn, you know. And these streets are, every time you turn around, somebody either getting a flat or you putting air in your tires. It just gets it's hell. We in hell, you know. But I was just on that website. I'm gonna pull up the website. ASCE. Let's go to the website. Yeah, this is just evidence that America is going to be destroyed, you know. And here it is. I'm going to pull up the report card. And brothers, in your free time, that's not it. I believe this is it. In your free time, you can go on the website and do further investigation. And look at the website and do further reading on the infrastructure. You can get a little in depth into it, if you want to. It's called ASCE. But I wanted to bring out a scripture. And this is Revelations chapter 14 and verse 8. And it reads, "And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." You see, America is going down, and that's just further proof, the infrastructure, they can't really, it's these streets are so terrible, they can't even keep up with it, I mean, every time you turn around, shit breaking, I remember at one point, because all the nations come here, they think, even Jake, Jake from down the islands, they all come here, they think at one point they thought the streets were paved in gold. They thought the streets were actually paved in gold. But as time go on, it seemed like all these other nations and even Jake, from the islands, and because we are scattered, but the other nations, they be wanting to go back to their country because it's all a lie. It's all they've been deceived. The veil has been lifted. America is not all caked up on how it's pumped up to be. I wanted Revelations chapter 18. And I'm going to start at 1, and it reads, "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. You know? So all the nations got rich here, but this place is slowly deteriorating. You know? This place ain't all was what it was pumped up to be. This place is going out of here, man. And the first thing is the infrastructure. You know? Psalms 137 and 8. And it reads, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. See? It says, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone. That's going to be in the kingdom when we get you Edomites. You know? Y'all going to be hit hard against that concrete. The same concrete y'all used to build up this nation of Edom, is the same concrete we're going to be using to dash our head in. You know, it's only right. You know, and as you brothers get more in tune with the scriptures, you'll understand that payback is justice, is right. You know, we've been taught all our lives that you get hit and turn the other cheek. You know, but that don't apply to certain things. You know, you got to have an understanding of the scriptures. That's why you need teachers and and leaders to guide you. You know, be on that straight gate, because you don't want to stir off. You know, and it's plenty of examples of a lot of guys that stared off and instead of staying on that straight path, they steered off for the straight gate. You know, you want to stay on that straight gate. You know, let's get let's get 18 and 17. I believe, was it Revelations? Okay, it's Revelations. Revelations 18 and 17. This is Revelations 18 and 17, and it reads, For in 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Yeah. So this place is out of here, you know. And the infrastructure is terrible, you know. Every time you turn around, you buying tires, putting air in your tires. This bumpy street, the streets are terrible. You know, that's the infrastructure. The bridges are crumbling. You know, they don't have The whole country is in trillions of dollars in debt, you know. And the elites, they doing it, because they, the Most High controls all this. So they just, themselves are puppets, because they, at the end of the day, they doing what the Most High wants them to do anyway, and that's destroy themselves, you know. But I hope this was edifying to the body. Till again, brothers, Shalom.